But to be fair, it's always been about beating LA. The Dodgers have always had a target on their back going back to the days in Brooklyn, and since moving west to Los Angeles in 1958, the Dodgers have always been one of the most hated teams in baseball, and when you're facing the Dodgers, it's a pretty big game for the opposing team. I've come to realize that as a Dodger fan, everybody wants to beat the Dodgers. Going into 2024, we are especially seeing that with the baseball teams in the National League West Division. Rockies are not going to be one of the teams that I'm going after or calling out today. Diamondbacks, the Padres, and the Giants. Those three teams have made a lot of splashes this offseason in different sort of ways. Interested to hear your thoughts down below in the comment section. Who do you think is the biggest threat to challenge the Dodgers in the National League West? Who can give the Dodgers a run for their money like we saw the Giants do in 2021? We actually won the division by I think 1 or 2 games that year. So quickly going back to the Rockies, it reminds me of that one SpongeBob meme, and by no means am I a cartoon guy. This meme in particular with SpongeBob is relatable in this sense because the Rockies are really just watching the rest of the division kind of go at it, have a lot of fun. They're just going to be in the basement watching, so sucks to be them. But for the rest of the division, the Dodgers. I'm making this video because the D-backs just signed Jordan Montgomery. Grand old 2 days before the regular season begins, the last big domino has fallen. Jordan Montgomery did sign a 1-year deal, I think with a 2nd-year option with the Diamondbacks. So $25 million for Montgomery going to the D-backs. Of course, Montgomery winning the World Series last year with Texas, defeating the Diamondbacks en route to that World Series championship, joining the team that he beat. Definitely a little bit weird there in that sense, but Montgomery, good deal for the D-backs, 1 year and $25 million. You can't go wrong with the 1-year deal. And Montgomery for the long haul, I think is going to be really solid for the D-backs this season. I like Montgomery more personally than I like Eduardo Rodriguez per se. I think Eduardo Rodriguez gets a lot of hype. Overrated in my opinion. Just gonna call it out. I think it's a little bit overrated, but Montgomery I think is a really solid pitcher, a very good 2 or 3 option in that D-backs rotation that is already really stacked with Zach Gallen and Merrill Kelly. Zach Gallen is a really good pitcher and a top 10 pitcher in baseball. I think it's fair to say that. Merrill Kelly, who had a really good showing last October. That's a pretty good rotation the Diamondbacks have. Waiting for Eugenio Suarez and signing Jock Peterson, a couple of moves that I really liked that stand out to me. Suarez on the older side but has a lot of pop. Jock, we know about Jock Peterson, also with a lot of pop, so a veteran experience as well. So the D-backs team I like a lot. They're gonna be really good. Have them in 2nd place this year. The Dodgers win the division by 19 games. May have to cut that in half. Maybe they might win it by like 9 games. I think by 9 games they might win it, but we'll see. Overall, the D-backs though, I like the Diamondbacks team a lot. And then you go to the Padres, and the Padres had a down year last year. They traded Juan Soto this winter. They got pieces in return. They kind of got some depth, if you will. Some depth, not just one star player. They got depth to fill in, especially on the pitching side. Trading for Dylan Cease, who has been one of my favorite pitchers, and I think Dylan Cease will be all right with the Padres. So, and of course, you still got a good core there, who sort of had a down year last year. Of course, Tatis returned last year. Full year of Tatis. If Machado can stay healthy, Cronenworth bounce back, which he looked pretty good in the Korea series, this team could make some noise. I see a lot of Padre fans talking about they're going to be good. I'm not saying they're going to be not good. I'm not saying they're going to be bad. I think the Padres are going to be a good team. They're going to be competitive. I don't think they're going to win like 72 games. I think they're more closer to 82 than 72 wins. Will it be enough to challenge the National League West title and compete with the Dodgers in close to 100 games possibly? I have a hard time seeing that with this Padres team. I think the D-backs are a little bit more realistic to get to 100 wins than the Padres would be. With that being said, I wouldn't be shocked if the Padres do go on a run, end up in 2nd place. Let's just say I think the Padres have all the talent there to do it. See what happens. But Padres definitely are not to be slept on. They might be getting slept on after last year, everyone's favorite World Series pick and all that. Do not sleep on the Padres. Of course, you have the San Francisco Giants, have been the bridesmaids for a long time now. They were the bridesmaid. They did go out and sign a lot of pieces this offseason, and not just no-name pieces, stringing along their career pieces. These guys are the prime of their careers, but at the back end prime, at the very minimum of their careers in Blake Snell, in Matt Chapman, Jung Ho Lee. They got over from Korea, I want to say, as well. That was a big guy. They signed a $100 million contract. Did make some splashes. People did want to sign in San Francisco after all. I thought nobody was signing in San Francisco. Made themselves appealing this offseason, and the multiple free agents that signed the Giants this offseason try to compete with the Dodgers in that NL West division that is really stacked. It's going to be a fun division to watch for sure. The Dodgers are not going to have a cakewalk. This Giants team, for their entire existence, for me at least, has always been a very pesky team, and they just really never go away. You try them down, swat them away, or whatever, they don't go away. The Giants are always going to be a team that's going to be competitive and fighting till the very end. They're not going to be last year or anything like that. They're going to be a boring team, if you will. See those comments going around the internet these days. Oh, they play boring, solid game. They play a boring game. They're not fun to watch. Well, I mean, if they win the games, I mean, I don't think anyone cares, especially that team or their fan base. If they win the games, nobody cares how they win it or how flashy they are. They win the game. So the Giants are going to be a competitive team. I do wonder if it's good enough. But that being said, maybe, just maybe, they could challenge the Dodgers. But I have a hard time seeing any of these teams challenging the Dodgers, to be completely honest with you. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts down below in the comments. I'm kind of pessimistic, but I would be remiss if I think this Dodgers team was going to lose the West Division. I don't see it happening. I really don't see a way the Dodgers lose the West. I still think it is their division to lose. That being said, though, having some competition, some good teams in the West Division will be good for the Dodgers. So looking forward to it. Let me know your thoughts once again down below in the comment section on who is the best team in this division. Actually, opening day by the time I'm watching this video, or close to it. And one thing is for sure, this West Division is going to be wild.